So that was obviously John Neal from QBE, the CEO. Now, globally, 30,000 websites get hacked every single day, and 20% of emails are hacked every year. So what is IT company Dropsuite doing to cater to the market's demand for cyber security? And how was it reflected in company results? Well, they haven't really come out to date, but we'll still see how the company's going. Dropsuite chairman Theo Hernakis joins me at the desk. We've been practicing that now. How are you, mate?
Good, thanks, Peter.
I did okay, but I could have done a lot better. Now, listen, mate, great to see you. Dropsuite listed late December of last year.
Correct.
What does the company do?
We provide online backup for particularly small and medium-sized enterprises.
Right.
We're in a time period where basically small businesses and medium businesses are going online in droves.
Yeah.
They're discovering the opportunities, but they don't really understand the threats that exist out there. And what we do is we provide a continuous backup service they don't have to think about.
Yeah.
It's backed up in the cloud on the AWS platform, Amazon Web Services.
Right.
And it's encrypted at a military grade level. So basically the small business or medium business can sleep at night knowing they haven't had to do anything. It's just happening in the background for them.
Okay. So obviously you can't necessarily protect from people making stupid mistakes like clicking on and allowing some moron from a hacking country to get inside their system, or can you?
Well, no. What we do know is that there used to be two certainties. There were death and taxes. Now there's three, and that's cyber threats.
Okay.
And they're omnipresent around us. We will all be touched by a cyber attack somewhere along our lifetime being involved in the internet. We know that.
Yeah.
Also, we make mistakes. We make mistakes downloading new applications. We make mistakes uploading information that perhaps we shouldn't have been uploading, whatever it might be. So when that mistake occurs or when that hack occurs, what the customer knows absolutely is that their data, which is sitting in the cloud, is protected. Okay. That hasn't been hacked, and they can recover that. The really unique thing about Dropsuite is that it's one click to provision and one click to recover.
All right, what does that mean? The normal people out there would say, what's one click to provision?
So through the hosting provider, and we'll talk about what's unique about the company in a minute, but on their management platform, where they basically they administer their site, their applications and whatever, they can go there and they can click on that site and it'll restore whatever data for whatever period they're looking for without having to think about it, without manual intervention, without having to call their service provider and wait on the phone for 3 or 4 hours and then get them to go away and manually do it. They can restore any of their data, literally, with a click of a button,
okay,
which is critical.
Okay, that's provision. What's the other part?
Sorry?
You said there's something else that they do. So a click for provision and a click
for provision and click for recovery.
Yeah, okay.
So if they are hacked and they've lost data, and data on a website, customer data is critical, as we know, to lose that data and not recover it quickly. Last week I was watching your show and the chief executive of Domino's was on.
Yeah.
Very good interview. And he described Domino's as a technology company. And clearly they're a large company now and they can afford enterprise-grade support and everything else. But the reality is they started as a small and medium business.
Yep.
They never would have got to where they are if they were hacked and their website went down for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm looking for a pizza. If I can't get it from Domino's, I want to go to the nearest competitor. So the reality is that that's critical, that they're up all the time. And the second is their customer data that resides, or their database that resides on their website. If they lose that data, can you imagine the impact it would have on their business?
Okay.
So to recover that, very important.
Yeah. So how many SMB customers do you have? And let's compare it to the 2 million or so out there.
So there is a phenomenal growth going on with Dropsuite at the moment. We only listed, as we said, 2 months ago. Our prospectus, we raised about 5 million. We released the prospectus in August. At the time, we had about 100,000 paying SMB customers. This is a typical SaaS model. Basically, we get paid through our partners a monthly fee for every one of those SMB customers. No bad debts, regular paid on the month. And now we just announced 140,000. So in a period of 6 months, we've grown by 37, almost 37%, almost 40%.
Yeah.
So, and that rate of growth is exponential. So we expect that to continue at a faster rate.
Have you done the marketing research to find out how many small businesses, or what percentage of small businesses aren't even thinking about this?
The statistic we have is about 60% of all businesses don't think about backing up regularly. So, and even those that do, don't do it diligently. They might go away on Christmas holidays, or they might be distracted by something one night, and that's when potentially they use that data.
Is your process automatic?
Correct. Yeah. It's automatic, it's continuous, and they don't have to think about it. They don't actually have to activate anything. It's happening on a continuous basis.
If you run a small business, you're thinking, okay, it sounds good. Does it mean extra work for me? Do I have to actually read some kind of instructions or something like that? Or does it can just be dropped into my system?
There is absolutely no work at all. I mean, one of the unique things about what we do is we're partnering with some of the global leaders in this space. And we have, and companies like GoDaddy, companies like GMO, companies like Crazy Domains. Now, Crazy Domains is the leader in websites being hosted in Australia. GoDaddy, North America, leader. GMO, leader in Japan. All these companies did months of due diligence on the best possible solution. Our solution not only is unbreakable, but it is the best as far as best of breed against our competitors. Okay. So what happens is through those providers, and let me give you some numbers. GoDaddy have 14 million customers in North America, GMO 8 million in Japan, and Crazy Domains in the hundreds of thousands. And we've got several other resellers around, or partners around the world too.
Okay. So that's one part. It's an easy thing to get into your system, right? What's it going to cost?
It costs, through our partners, less than a cup of coffee a month.
That's a good,
less than
that's a good reference
month.
point. All right, so are we talking a large or a small coffee?
We're talking about a very small coffee. Not a McDonald's coffee, but a small coffee.
So you're implying it's about $5 a month?
Yeah, about $3, $4 a month to have that. Now, of course, we have other products like email archiving and email backup,
so
and we have application backup.
But if a person just wants the security of at least, and hopefully you do more business with them when you get them, but for $60 they can play ball and be secure.
Correct.
So you can sleep easy at nights.
That's right.
So it's a pretty easy sell, isn't it, if you get out to the market and tell them that.
And Peter, when you think that in the last 12 months, the federal government released a security paper just recently and indicated in that security paper 1 million Australians in the last 12 months have been impacted by cyber threats. 1 million Australians. It is there, it's real, and SMBs who rely on their technology on their websites to survive and engage their customers need to be aware of the recovery methods and the mitigation methods when they are impacted, because they will be.
Absolutely right. All right, mate, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Peter.
That's Theo Haranakis. After the break, and he's the chairman of Dropsuite. Are you that right then?
Close. Not executive.
Yeah, I'm nearly great. After the break, Paul Rickard takes us through the latest company news as we edge closer to the reporting season finishing line.